if you haven't already. Why didn't you?
Today I have a very special and lovely guest on my YouTube channel. This is my cousin Maham.
Hi.
When we were young, her favorite thing used to be
To stare at you when you're doing your makeup.
yeah.
Wow.
We are going to be working today with the Zero Makeup Palette, which I recently got for Maham.
Yes.
Because I really wanted her to try it out. Because I think that Maham सबसे best तब लगती है जब इसका बहुत कम makeup होता है. लेकिन Maham, oh my god.
I'm sorry. Just too busy.
She looks lovely in her drama right now. I think your makeup is a little bit softer than it usually is.
Yes,
but
it is.
a lot of it depends on the filming style as well. I did her Shadi ka makeup.
Yes.
I'm gonna add some pictures over here. In the upcoming videos, we can maybe work on a bridal look again. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with prepping her face. Are you excited?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this ordinary niacinamide. I'm going to sanitize my hands and our hearts
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that.
and our minds. Alright, my hands are clean now.
Yeah.
Now next what I'm gonna do, which I feel is super important, is using an eye cream. This is the Estee Lauder Advanced. Having some technical difficulty. An eye cream is वजह से, although this is actually a night eye cream, लेकिन I don't really think that matters. For me, eye cream is so important because if you don't put on eye cream, then your concealer doesn't go on that well, and it just kind of dries out and it makes lines and stuff. But if you put eye cream on, it goes on super smoothly and it blends well and it stays on longer.
10,000 years later.
Oh my god,
Feels so good.
Just make your face, I don't know. So this video is also to clarify that
We're two different. We're cousins, not twins.
Yeah. Mom, what have you done?
It's just. You're not supposed to show that.
Clearly, Mom needs a tutorial. We're gonna start with this. And although I don't like applying it with my index finger, I don't know why I'm doing this. So we are correcting her under eye, and what I'm doing is I'm doing sort of a dabbing motion, but not just a dabbing motion. It's also a dab plus a blend. What would you call that?
Definitely.
The blend. And with this corrector part of the Zero Makeup Palette, I always just like using my finger. So how have you been liking this palette? I mean, you can be honest about it.
I'm
Because
actually loving
also-
it.
You're loving it?
Yes.
Alright, so now we're done with the correction on the face. And we are now going in with the blending base. First, I'm just going to apply it, not under her eyes, but just on the rest of her face.
Interesting.
I'm going to use this brush by Morphe. It is the M439, and I am going to just blend it. Taking a little bit of the product that is on the brush already and just using that on the eyelids. Right here. I'm going to go in with setting powder. So while this powder kind of does its thing, because if I immediately apply anything else, it's just going to probably not work. So I'm just gonna let this sit in a bit, and I'm gonna maybe do your brows. And one of the things that I recently learned is that a really good way to fill in your brows is first you brush them up, and then you fill in the gaps that you see at the bottom part, and then you brush them down, and then you fill those gaps in.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm done filling in the brows. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with brow gel. This one is by Eyelashes Brow Luxe. Now I'm just going to brush them up.
Oh, I love this product also.
Yeah, do you have this?
Yes.
It's always sold out on the
Yeah.
website.
I'm the one who's buying all.
I'm going to see if I can correct your brow a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to take Beauty Blender.
Beauty blender.
Now I'm gonna do my favorite part, which is, God, I can just have like a party with this one. I love this part of
On your
eyeshadow
eyes?
makeup. I just love applying it to the whole face. And I'm gonna start with this. I know that looks like a lot.
Right now it does, but I do the same way.
You do?
Yes. I actually use it on my eyes.
Yeah, I do too. A little bit on your emoji. Oh, and you know what what else I do? I also kind of like to put this on the lips because this one is nice, but it doesn't have that like pinky look. It has more of like a really natural lip
brown,
look.
yeah.
And I'm blending sort of upwards. Okay, I'm gonna line your lips. This one is the Lord and Berry called Romantic Rose. If you want to make your lips look really plump, I never knew this before, but the top part, like the cupid's bow, just make a straight line. And then also at the bottom. So now I'm using this, the lip tint. So I'm just gonna finish this look with the basic zero makeup tutorial stuff, and then we can add some more things to it. Can you curl your eyelashes?
Yes, I can. This is my favorite part.
So the trick that I've learned is that if you keep on doing it a few times instead of just holding it, as you're opening and closing, you shift it to go to the ends of your lashes, gradually curling all parts of your lash. Okay guys, so this is sort of what we have done with just the zero makeup palette. We are going to take this a little bit further. We're going to keep it a natural look.
What's the difference in a contour powder and a bronzer?
Okay, good question. A bronzer is something that gives you more of like a sun-kissed look, and contour has a function. What contour is supposed to do is give you that
Cuts and everything
like that. But a lot of people use a bronzer as a contour too, because you know, really who has time to use both the things? So if you have a good bronzer that is giving you that, that's why I really like Hira. I'm gonna use a brush for a nose contouring.
Oh, this I need to learn. I don't know. Even when I tried.
So what I usually do is I start from the bridge of the nose. Now you're gonna have to look down a bit with your chin, and I just sort of identify कि जो bridge है ना, उसको अगर पतला करना है तो कितना पतला करना है, तो उधर जो है ना पहले दो इस तरह की lines, then you go in on the rest of the nose if you feel like you need to make the tip of the nose a little bit more sharp. So I always like to cut it a bit from here, and one of my favorite things to do is giving the nose a lift by making a line here.
Yeah, I tried that once and I looked for it. Because there was a line. There was no blending in.
And also the nostrils, by the way, guys. From here, just on the outer part of the nostril, if you do a little bit of bronzing or contouring, that can also make a significant difference. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of this natural highlighter. इसका जो highlighter है, वो इतना natural लगता है that it doesn't seem like, you know, कि वो glittery, shimmery type look बिल्कुल भी नजर नहीं आती.
So you think, there's another question coming. Going on a lighter base is a good idea, or going on a natural tone is a good idea? Like if you have a dusty skin, you use a lighter color, it turns out make you look great. But what is the best? A mix of both?
I think that if you are planning on doing a lot of bronzing and contouring, then I think it's okay to use a base that's lighter, as long as you correct your dark areas first with a more peachier orangish tone. Once you do that, I think it's okay to apply a lighter base, or what you can do is apply a neutral base and then go in on top with a much lighter concealer, just like, you know, in this triangle area, or wherever you want to highlight, you can bring those areas out. So if you use a much lighter concealer there, your face will look a little bit more dimensional.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know if I answered your question, but I'm going in with this soft blend from Maven Beauty, which unfortunately is only available in Canada and the US.
Oh, where do you
like
get
a lot
this
of
from?
products. Well, Maven Beauty sent it to me so that I could make videos on this. So I'm going to use this color right here. And sometimes like it's okay not to use an eyeshadow, but मैंने देखा है कि कभी-कभार फिर वो lines बन जाती हैं आँखों में अगर if you use like a foundation or whatever, you know. So that way this is really cool because it doesn't look like you have eyeshadow on. It's like the zero makeup palette for eyeshadows. And I'm just doing the crease and the outer corner. Can you open your eyes a bit? My favorite palette from Maven Beauty. is this Define palette. Spray the brush with anything like primer, root water. Alrighty, now we are just gonna go in on the crease. Remember these? What is this called, guys? So yeah, what is this called? Can you guys comment below and let us know? There's a name for it, for sure. Yeah. One thing I do want to just add is a little bit of Zero Makeup setting powder on top. So I'm gonna not go over the areas that we highlighted, just under your eye.
Because if we do that, we'll keep on doing the same thing again. We put the highlighter again, then the powder again. I was thinking maybe it's time for you to go.
This is the final look. Yes, and I love it.
And I do look like you.
You do look like me, with or without the makeup. I think we look alike.
Yeah.
So this is her makeup, mostly done with the Zero Makeup palette. And then of course we made some additions, but they're all sort of soft and natural. We didn't want to have any harsh lines. It was fun.
It was. If you haven't already, why didn't you?
Yeah, go.
Subscribe.
No.
That was a good one.
Oh.
I want to go out like this right now.
You should.